The problem that you have with this one is the fact that, let me get this up. So half A plus B times height is going to give you this face here and the equivalent face back there. Yeah? You okay with that? Yep. And then what you've got is you've got the issue of not knowing what this height is, or this distance is, sorry. Alright? Now, I remember back in your previous learning, there was stuff on area and there was a trapezium that looked like that. I think it was about wallpapering. It was horrible rose-coloured wallpapering or something like that. Alright? And proposing that was 6 and 16, if I use another colour, what is this distance here, Brooke? Absolutely. What, therefore, is this distance here, Brooke? Absolutely. Could we not say that these, therefore, are equal? And what would be left over if this is 6 for here and here? Excellent, 5 and 5. If we had 5 and 5, then what we're saying is we have now a right angle. And this is 5, and we know this is 12, and therefore we can find out what that is using Pythagoras' theorem. And if we know that, then we're going to know that, and we're going to know that, and we'll probably be pretty well safe, I think, after that to work out the surface area of the entire shape. So, Brooke, stop. What are you doing? Bit by bit, you're working with what you know. Okay? Okay, so we're looking at finding the area of the air inside that. What you're probably best off doing, Jazz, is completing, red's not going to be good, completing the dotted line so that you recognise the three-dimensional nature of it. And if we were to do that, it would look something like this. And then that would have gone up to somewhere there. And that goes down to somewhere there. Go across there more. That goes across to there. And that goes across there. So you've got to shape something like that. So here you've probably got a rectangular prism. Does that make sense? Where you've got a rectangle at each end. Alright? And here you've probably got a triangular prism. And what I'd be tempted to do is probably split them up into two calculations, 1 and 2. Alright? And so if we were to do 1 here, all your calculations are across here, 2 there, all your calculations, and then your total. Okay? So for 1, you'd have to find the total surface area of this. We know that's 24.
I'll just draw it up.
We know that's 15. We don't know what that is, do we? Okay, how could we find that? We could make it a right angle. So what have we got here? What distance is it? It is 12 centimetres. And what's this hypotenuse or longest side is 15. And therefore, we want to know what that is. Okay? That would be 15 squared, grab your calculator, equals 12 squared plus b squared. Yeah? Okay, what's 15 squared? $225. 225 is 144 plus b squared. What do I have to do now? Tell me what I have to do now. You have to do something. What would I do next? You tell me what you would do next. So remember, it's Pythagoras' theorem. Yeah? So you've got your longest side. You've got one of your shorter sides. You haven't got the other. So you want to try and get B on this side on its own. How would I go about that? Before I square root it, what would I do? Excellent. I would take 144 from 225. Take 144. And of course I've taken 144 off there, so that gets rid of that. Leaves me with B squared. B squared will equal 81. B squared, but I want to get rid of the square, so I square root that. And I square root that. Gives me an answer of 9. This is now 9 centimetres. So I'm left with 9 centimetres. I want to know the area of that shape. It's half my base times by my height. Are you okay with that? I'm going to times it by 2. And why am I doing that? There's 2 triangles. Yep, one at the front, one at the back. What would I do next? I would do the rectangle. And what's the distance there? 24, good stuff. 15 times 24, because that's length times width. Yeah? Therefore, I've got the surface area of there, or is this surface area still we're working with? So, there's a whole bump there, isn't there? What's all the stuff I need to do? Need to do all my volume formulas. What are my volume formulas? Have you looked? Do you know? You should know. Okay, so we're working with these formulas here. Area of cross-section times by my height. This means if I... Imagine this is a bit of cheese, right? If I put a knife through there, I'm always going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm still going to get this hexagonal shape. Does that make sense? So it's this area I find the area of, this space here I find the area of, and then I multiply it by the height. They give me the area being 30 times it by the height. So that's your example to work from. And then, if I scroll down, back down to our question, as quick as I can, I'm doing my letterbox. Area of cross-section, the cross-section, no matter how I slice that through, is going to be a triangular shape. Yeah? We know now this is 9. Okay, so half base times our height would be the area of the cross-section times by our height. Yeah? Are you okay with that? Is that just gone, oh yeah, I get it now? Area of cross-section times by height. Yeah? So that'd be half base times height. That'd be 9 times 12. What are 9 12s? Got a calculator in front of you if you don't know it. 108. So the area of the cross section is 108 centimetres squared. I'm timesing it by the height. 24. 108 times 24 gives me what? 2,592 centimetres cubed. Yeah? I do the same here. What would I be doing here? You tell me what I'm going to be doing here. Area of cross section times by the height. Right? What's my cross section? What, no matter where I slice that, would it always be the same amount? You could do there. What's the dimensions of that? What shape is it first?
Rectangle.
Absolutely. What's the formula for a rectangle? Area formula for a rectangle? Yeah, but what's the area formula for a rectangle?
Area. Length times height.
Length times width, maybe?
Oh,
Yeah? And then we times it by height to get our volume. What's our length? What's our width?
24.
What's our height? We've got, you've said it's this bit here. Alright, so what's our height?
24.
Yeah. 240 times 24. You'll get that answer. What will you do with that answer, Jazz?
Then you add it with that.
Add it with that, that's right, and that's going to be centimetres cubed. It would appear to me, prior to me explaining this now, that you didn't quite understand that bit. Maybe have a look back over your previous ones to check that you really understand that.